Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Cameron from Tactical Trading Services. Hope everybody had a fantastic trading week. Um, Hope you made some money, and let's take a few minutes this weekend and look over the markets and some individual charts and maybe talk about some opportunities moving forward to next week. Before we jump into it, I just want everybody let everybody know I'll have a link to our website down below in the description. Check it out. You're able to subscribe to your free 7-day trial from here. Just check it out, see what all we're about. Also, don't forget, go to Facebook, like our Facebook page. We also have a group, and there's a bunch of content in the group as well if you would like to join that. So with that out of the way, we'll just get into and I want to show y'all this real quick. This picture right here, what this is my market analysis video on August the 14th. Okay, and it's on the YouTube channel. Go check it out. And right around this area of the 2-minute 35-second mark, I'm talking about how I'm expecting a pullback down into this area right here that I have marked on the chart. Um, I'm talking about how I'm maintaining my bullishness, but I expect to pull back into this area, and then we resume our uptrend. So I want y'all to look at that chart right there. Okay, you see that chart? This is an S&P daily chart. Okay, at an all-time high, and I'm telling you that I feel like we're going to pull back to here. This is the S&P daily chart. There's your all-time high. Look where we pull back to. Right on the money. What was the low? The low was 43.67.73 right there. About where was my cursor? 43.59.64 is where my cursor was at that moment, and I was circling around that area. Listen, guys, if you are trying to navigate these markets and you're having a hard time, come trade with Tactical Trading Services. We will teach you what we're looking at. We will run things by you. We'll let you know our thoughts and what we think and what we're looking for. You don't have to do this alone. Okay, you can make money at this. You just have to be patient, and know what you're doing. So please, please, please come trade with us. Try us out for a week. See if it's what you want, and if you like it or not. And if not, that's okay. But don't go at this alone and end up losing a bunch of money and just hurting yourself. Okay, because that's not good for anybody. So I just wanted to point that out. I know there hadn't been a lot of viewership on my market analysis videos, and I don't know, maybe it helped some people if got the views up a little bit. So that's a good point, right? So boom, we're at an all-time high. I'm calling a pullback into that area. Boom, there's your pullback into that area. And then what did we do? We bounced. If you look, we bounced from the low. What was the low? 43.67.73. So we'll go here, and to the high of yesterday, we had about almost a 2% rally. Okay. One thing I want to point out that is kind of concerning to me moving forward is this. If you look, that's close enough. If you look, you come down here to the low. We retraced 61.8 of that, and yes, we closed above it, and that is good. I'm very happy that we closed above the 61.8 retracement and the 20 SMA on the daily chart. I'm happy about that. Okay, but I'm going to go into next week being cautious, because I don't want this to turn into a bull trap, okay? Because if it does, then we'll come right back down here. We never quite made it to this 50 on this pullback, okay? We never did. So I'm just I'm gonna be cautious, because if it is a bull trap and we do come back down for another leg lower, then we'll come right back down here to this channel trend line in this 50, and we'll test it again, and we'll see what happens at that point, if that's what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. We had a good pullback last week. I didn't put a lot of positions on just because I was just kind of waiting, and but we have a few on that's doing okay right now. But we'll look a little bit further into. I want to look at that. Okay, here we go. So if we come over here and we look at the weekly chart, I don't like that weekly candle. Okay. I just don't. It's going to be very important for us to show some strength next week and not get that secondary decline. The daily chart looks good, like we talked about. The daily chart, it looks pretty fantastic right here. Next resistance is obviously going to be this all-time high into 4,500, but it's looking good so far. Let's see, one that and I'll just do IWM for this. If you want to look at the actual index, it's going to be RUT, but I actually have trades on in IWM right now, so that's why I'm just going to look at this. You can look at this one of two ways, really, and we'll remove this right here. So you can look at this as being in a just sideways consolidation for let me get this on 0 for quite a while. Okay, so I mean, going back to the beginning of 2020, we've been pretty sideways in small caps. And small caps are typically going to lead your markets, okay, one way or the other. So if we have a bearish small caps, then we'll have a bearish overall market, all right? But right here, we came down here. This is the daily chart. We came down here to the 200 SMA, and it actually gapped under. It had a bearish gap under that, and that's it's kind of concerning to me right now for small caps. Yeah, we're at the lower boundary of this price channel, and that's good. It's time for a bounce, and we had a bullish candle on Friday. That's right. But small caps could come back down here and fill this gap from all the way back into January of 2020, before they find support, if they start breaking below this 200 and channel trend line. Okay, so it's important to keep an eye on these. On IWM or the RUT, because it's going to be telling and help you. It's going to be indicative of the future market movements. Okay, the hourly. If we break it down on hourly, you can tell that it just had a breakdown last week. All the moving averages turned bearish, and it just broke down. Okay, we had the bounce on Friday. So it looks like what we're going to do is we're going to come back up here to this 218, 219 level, hopefully, and we're gonna test it. And at that point, we'll probably just chop a little bit, slight pullback into these SMAs while they curl around and get back on top of one another. it's just going to be important to watch and to pay attention to moving into next week, because they're going to be they'll be a teller of the markets. So just keep that on your watch list, and you know what I'm looking at, so you know what I'm looking for, so you know what to do there. We go to Apple. Apple, I was calling this triangle. I really figured that we would break down here to about the 143 level right outside this triangle before we got the bounce. But as you can see, we got the bounce up, and we broke out of it, and we came right back down. And let's see here. Look where we found support. Isn't that amazing? It's really amazing. So how that works. So Apple's still on watch to see what happens. Hopefully, once the 50 moves up a little bit, we can get the 20 curling over, and we take off. You know, with Apple being at all-time highs, it's really hard to call where you think it's gonna, where your target's at, right? You just have to rely on some psychological numbers. People like round numbers, or like 150 or 155, 160 a lot of times. And the markets will overshoot it a little bit, you know. You just have to be patient and watch what's going on, watch the price action. So that's another one to keep on your watch list, because it's about to do something. It's about to do something. Another one that I really like, that I was looking at last week, is Facebook. Facebook is at a pretty good area for you to take a trade. You can take a bullish trade on Facebook right here and have a very low window of risk. So I mean, you could take a vertical spread. So let's. I mean, we can do that real quick. We can go through a trade. So let's say that. Let me see. Do I have it up over here? Yeah. Okay. So if I go back, let me bring it back up. So we're looking at Facebook, and you know, we're bullish Facebook. We know resistance is going to be up in here to 375, 377, right? That's going to be our resistance. We think that we're going to bounce. Ideally, you would have opened this trade Friday towards the close, once you got this candle closing in. The only thing that you have to worry about is this 20 turning into resistance and curling over like this. Your window of risk is a close behind this 50. So depending on your outlook, you could do, we'll just go to the monthlies, okay? So if the bullish trend is gonna resume, so we can come out here to September 20 or September 17th, so that gives you 27 days, okay? And let's see, what would this look like if we bought the 360 and we sold the 365. Okay, so if you did that, you could have got it for about 240. Okay, so what that's doing is giving you $2.60 worth of profit. All right, for $2.40 of risk. So if we analyze this trade, and let me take those off. So if we analyze this trade, and we'll drop our lot size down to 1 for simplicity's sake. So if we analyze this trade, we know that our break even at expiration is going to be 362.41. Why is that? Because we bought it for 240. 360 plus 240 is 362.40. So that's going to be our break even. Anything above that, and we're going to make money. Now once we get above 365, it's going to be full profit of $2.60. So at expiration, If we are anywhere north of 365, we will have full profit, which would be $260, okay? So that'll be, if you do, if you just simply do 260 divided by 240, that's going to give you 108% return. And, it's a pretty good chance that could happen. So that would definitely have been a pretty good trade. You can always take it off sooner than that, because you are going out to, you do have about 30 days. If you wanted to take it down, lower your time in trade, you'd pay a little bit less, okay, but you want it to be above. You'll still want it to be above those strikes at expiration to collect your full profit potential. But that's a sample trade that I would think about putting on. I would also, I really considered putting on a put credit spread for this expiration, and I was gonna go. Let me look at the chart again. So 351, that's 345, and I was wanting 340. So I was really thinking about putting a trade on like this for my clients, but I ended up not. So I was thinking about doing this, and so here you'd be collecting. You could probably get, with the spread, you could probably get 40 cents out of that. And so 40, so that would be an 8% return on capital that you would have on that trade right there. And you would be just outside of a 1 standard deviation move on that trade. So it would be a pretty decent risk to reward and probability setting up for you. You'd have about, you'd have a pretty good shot at that being a profitable trade as long as we hold this area. I would exit that trade if we broke below that 50 on the daily for sure. So that's Facebook. We're getting into 18 minutes here. I know nobody wants to sit here and listen to me ramble on for their whole weekend. So let's see here. We'll do one more. We covered S&P. We looked at Facebook. Let's look at. We usually cover. I want to look at Tesla, and then we'll look at Amazon. Okay, Tesla. Oh, Tesla. So we're right back here on this 200. We're just riding this 200 on the daily chart. Okay, until we get some legit price action to give us a direction, I'm out. I'm not in Tesla, and I can probably redraw these lines now to better fit. I just hadn't had a chance to. So moving on quickly, let's look at Amazon. Amazon is pretty bearish. I put on a bullish play on Amazon. It was the wrong thing to do last week. I exited for like $1.13 loss on that spread, which was around a 1x, I think, is what it was. So as you can see, my short strike was 31.50, and it's a pretty good thing that I didn't continue holding that, because it wouldn't have worked out very well. But Amazon has been really beat down. I think that we are about to come into the lows of Amazon here. I'm really hoping, because I would really like to pick up some long-term bullish plays on this, because it'd be pretty awesome trade setup once we get into the lows. But it's just not it's not ready yet for me. And the weekly chart, the weekly chart's looking pretty bearish. The weekly chart's looking like it can at least come back down to 3,000 for sure. I mean, that's 2,900 to 3,000. That weekly chart, it's getting It's getting close, and that's pretty concerning. But that's another conversation. But anyways, all right, we're 20 minutes in. I'm gonna let you guys go. Don't forget, if you ever have any questions, ever need any help, please, please, please reach out to me. You can get a hold of me through the Facebook group. I'm very active in there. I'm posting stuff all the time. So just post in there. If I don't see it, in a timely manner, tag me and I'll see it and I'll get with you. So, and don't forget, I'll post the links below. Go like our Facebook page. Check out our website. Subscribe for your free 7-day trial. See if we're right for you. If you want to start building some wealth and generating some prosperity for yourself in a passive manner, then we're for you, okay? And that's just all there is to it. So come check us out. We'll be happy to have you. And as always, happy trading. Thanks, guys.